One of the true pleasures in life is finding a good banana cake or a good banana bread. Now, they're actually really hard to come by, and this recipe stems from that. I've always found it difficult to find one or make one. So for all the bad ones, this is a good way to cover it up. It is banana bread with smashed bananas and salted caramel. Start with our butter like you would with any normal cake. Butter, 50 grams of softened butter into our mix master, and then 150 grams of brown sugar. Now you could use normal caster sugar if you wanted to. I like that caramel flavour that brown sugar gives you, especially with banana. And a teaspoon of cinnamon. Pop that in, and then we're going to beat that until it's nice and light and fluffy, and the paddle attachment is best to do that. So you can see the colour that's in our mixing bowl has changed. It's nice and light and fluffy. Our egg is really well incorporated. So I'm going to turn that down. I'm going to add in our milk, half a cup of milk, and then 2 really ripe bananas. So these are the kind of bananas that you're after. You want them to be overripe, black on the outside and nice and mushy. So we'll peel them. Chop them up and pop them in. Then 2 cups of self-raising flour. Probably need the collar for this. Add our flour in 1 spoon at a time, and we'll end up with our cake batter. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I know the secret to making a good banana bread or a good banana loaf, because I don't. And all the efforts that I've made in trying one, they're never quite as good as the first one I ever had, which was my grandmother's. So this is a way, as I said, of pimping it a little bit by adding that salted caramel and that smashed banana. And that is pretty spot on. So we'll take our collar off. Turn our mixer off. And that's the consistency that you're looking for with your batter. Now grab a spatula, one last little stir to incorporate everything, and then pop it into a loaf tin. Spread it out evenly. A little sprinkle of salt on top always helps. Pop it into your oven, 180 degrees for about 45 minutes until the skewer comes out clean. This is what will take that banana bread to the next level. It's a nice salted caramel with some smashed bananas. First thing we're going to do is make our salted caramel because we need it to cool down a little bit. So a little bit of water just to help it on its way goes into our pot, and then 150 grams of brown sugar. Now brown sugar is already caramelized in a roundabout sort of way, so you don't need to, like with a caster sugar or a normal white sugar, take it to that caramel point. We just need to melt it and get it up to what we call a hard ball so that it sets when it cools, and we're going to add our butter and cream on top of that. We're going to bring that up to the boil, let it simmer along until the bubbles form nice little small tight bubbles, and I'll show you when we get there. Right, our sugar is at the point where we can add our butter and cream. So our butter goes in, stir that in until it melts. Butter's all in. Our cream, half a cup, and we'll add that in a little bit at a time. Now, always when you're working with sugar, be careful because sugar gets hotter than water. So any burn from sugar is going to really hurt. And the last thing to go in is our salt. So a nice couple of pinches of salt. Whisk that in, and then we can turn off our heat and let it cool down. Never taste salted caramel while it's hot. I know you'll have the urge to want to do it because you want to taste whether you've got enough salt in there, or it looks good, or it smells good, but that is well and truly over 100 degrees. So resist the urge. So we'll allow that to cool and get on with our smashed bananas. Smashed bananas are as simple as they sound. It is bananas smashed up with cream and mascarpone. So a cream into a bowl with some mascarpone, 250 mils of cream, and then about 100 grams of mascarpone. Some vanilla, about a teaspoon of vanilla paste, and some icing sugar just to sweeten it up, about a quarter of a cup. And then whisk those things together. That's a great substitute for a chantilly cream, which is just cream whisked to soft peaks with vanilla and icing sugar. That mascarpone gives it a nice luxurious thickness, so it thickens up really nicely. And also a little bit of acidity, which is great for something so rich. Now our bananas. 3 bananas, which will peel the same way the monkey does them. So squeeze them at the end and then break them apart. Now you can either chop them and fold them through, or you can smash them up. I'm going to smash them up. So just get a fork, smash them with the back of a fork like that, and then pop them into your mascarpone and cream mix. Give them a whisk in, and they are your smashed bananas, which again on their own is a great little recipe. You can put on anything you want, or just eat on its own like that with some maple syrup on top, and you're in heaven. But we're going to put it on our banana cake once it comes out of the oven. This is the way to take your banana bread from to wow, that is the best thing I've ever eaten.